Okay, so here's a hypothetical, really fucking dumb um, mech battle strategy that I came up with at 1 a.m. and it is now 3 a.m. First of all, we have the Big Chungus. His sword is not a sword, it is a wrecking bar. It's got the fucking reflectors on it, as you would have on um, a driveway. Um, and he has um, floodlights on his head and floodlights on his knees. And the floodlights on his knees are supposed to like shine into an enemy's face, into their like visor. And he's yellow and red to be as distracting and difficult to look away from as possible. Um, and then you have his essentially his older brother, and his older brother has a gun that shoots um like diamond like golf ball shaped softball sized diamonds at a velocity that would cause them to catch on fire and glow like red hot. And this is to crack open visors because um, if you throw a golf ball at a car window, it'll break pretty much every time. And that was sort of my thinking. Is if you had like hyper strong like glass visors, and you had a gun that shoots projectiles that are shaped like a golf ball, and they're like diamond, um, and they are like firing at like the velocity of something entering like Earth's atmosphere, right? Like right. I was thinking maybe what that might do is break. You'd probably have to shoot it more than once, but it might break like mech glass. I don't know. But you have the sword, and the sword is meant to cut um, things. That's why it's a plasma cutter. Um, and I guess that would like get through gaps in armor, or it might get through like it might help break the face visor. Um, but this gun also has a smoke smoke nozzle on it that says smoke, and the idea, I guess, is that they could like break open a visor on a mech and just fill it full of smoke, and then the pilots couldn't see shit. So that was like sort of the idea behind that. And then um, um, the reason that this mech has a shitty gun and a shitty sword is because all of the money for building and went into his armor, because he's supposed to be um, a useless like low priority target um, that gets in your face anyway and tries to force you to engage with him. But he has armor that's thicker than God, so there's no easy way to actually deal with him. And then next to him, you have um, the other. I guess I'll call it a distractoid, although I think that's a gaming news site. I don't know. I don't fucking care. It's 3 a.m. Anyway, you have this guy, and he's got like much thinner armor, as you can see by the lines that I drew. Um, and then, like, um, here is a breakdown of some of the gear. Um, Red and yellow to be as visible as possible. Arms are red because they move, and red is more visible than yellow. And after writing that down, I was thinking, fuck, is that actually true? Um, and I didn't look it up because I had already drawn the mechs. I don't fucking care. And then we have this. No, we'll read this first. Mech swords are purpose built for specific kinds of fighting. This sword is nimble and thin enough to fit in gaps in armor and uses plasma to destroy internal parts. This fucking thing is not a sword. It's a wrecking bar from Home Depot with some reflectors slapped on it. Its main purpose is to make it hard to focus on the chest where you should look at a fight. Sort of like the upper, like, middle of the chest is where you want to look in a fight. If you were curious, you don't want to look at your opponent's hands, or their face, because you can't quite gauge their movements that way. But this is like the wrecking bar being like the most distracting thing is perfect because the actual deadly thing is the gun, and we'll get to that. Deadly, quote unquote, because it's like the point of him is that everything is like cheap as fuck. Diamond shape point, wedge shape, road reflector. I wrote tank instead of paint. Reflective tank. Yeah, I also wrote fuck instead of fight at some point, but I caught that. 350 meters per second. I don't remember if that's just barely subsonic or just barely supersonic, but it's designed to be shitty. That's the point of it. 500 RPMs, because that's 100 less than an AK-47. 10-meter steel projectile and dynamite charge. Dynamite charge, because I think it would take a shit ton of powder to actually push that out of there, and dynamite's like pound for pound stronger than powder, I assume. I thought about making it C4, but then I thought, like, this is not something, like, this thing is supposed to be over-armored and under-armed, and I don't think, like, in that scenario you would, like, put, like, C4 in the bullets. 10-meter steel projectile. And this thing is, what you're not supposed to notice. It's the reason we send, this fucking thing and this fucking thing and this fucking thing after you, is so you don't notice this fucking thing, which is the size of a gorilla, which you or I see something the size of a gorilla, you're like, oh, that's the size of a gorilla. You get in like a 40-foot tall mech suit, you don't fucking see something the size of a gorilla. And it's the only thing camouflaged. It's got a single pilot, it's gorilla sized. C4 goes on weak points. I just wrote here, fucking laser. And this is an idea I really like. Cables that instantly weld to robots to the mechs. In real life, this wouldn't fucking work. And if you did get it to work, it would be very advanced technology that we don't have. But the idea is, like, the cables are, like, in the process of welding themselves, so they stick to the mechs or whatever, and then, like, you, like, trip them like the fucking Star Wars thing with the atlatls. Apats, Adats, I don't fucking know, Akak, the fucking camels. Fuck you.